to do for this video, so I thought I would talk about the first Furby I ever had, and it was this one, the elephant Furby. I got it from a shop called Argos, and I got it in 1999. Unfortunately, it was faulty, so I don't know, I think the voice started crackling or something like that. It might have been just that it was eating through batches because I had it on literally all the time. But we took it back and got a replacement. So the same thing happened with the replacement as well, and I ended up with no Furby at all. So this is the video that I decided to make with how did you get into Furbies. I wanted to start, discussion, a conversation in the comments, because I thought it would be fun to see how we all discovered Furbies or got into them. It could be that we got them when they came out, or like our mums were into them, or it was a different generation of Furbies that we got into, or we've only just discovered them, anything really. So my poor little elephant Furby, he had to go back twice. And like I said, I didn't have one after that. One of my friends would bring a Furby to school with her, and she ended up getting it confiscated because quite often the teacher would get annoyed with her, and she put it in her bag, I remember this one time, in the hopes that it would go to sleep, and it started singing lullabies and it wouldn't go to sleep. So the teacher's like, okay, go and give that to the secretary, or give it, put it in your locker, because you can't have that in class. And speaking of our secretary, I felt rather sorry for her because she ended up with everyone's Furbies and Tamagotchis, because whenever one got confiscated, you had to take it to her. And she was basically in the entrance hall of the school in her little office, and she ended up with a whole box of Tamagotchis and a few Furbies as well. And she used to literally babysit them, and she must have been like in her 50s or something. She wasn't really a particularly young person, but she did look after everyone's sort of virtual pets, which I think was quite cute. So as for my Furby sort of journey, so there was the elephant Furby, and then I didn't get another Furby until the early 2000s, when I was scouring eBay, and I ended up buying a couple of Furbies, a tuxedo one, which is the black and white one, and also the black and orange one that came as a pair. And that's how my Furbies on YouTube started, because if you look far enough back, you'll find a video of them on my windowsill having a conversation. And I remember YouTube said back then, it said, oh, you're getting lots of views on this, you should monetize it. And I could be wrong, but I think it was the first video of Furbies that was actually on YouTube as well. So, and Emo's talking to me, I don't know if you can hear him, probably not. So after that, I got two more Furbies. I got the Red Wolf Furby and the Tie-Dye Furby, which to begin with didn't work until I worked out how to get them to work, and you can also see that on my channel as well, and now they do actually work. Because I did buy another tie-dye Furby because this one didn't work, and the voice was terrible. I don't know what was wrong with it, the speaker was gone or something, but the voice on it was just awful. It was screechy, so I returned it back to the seller, and they did take it back, which was good. And so I suppose the rest is history, really, because that's how I got started. And it's a question I get asked fairly often, so now you know. So how did you guys discover Furbies? What were your first Furbies? What funny Furby stories do you have to tell, if any? I'd love to hear. And I will leave you with this one last funny Furby story. And it was years ago now. I don't know what I was doing, but I had a Furby, and he was sat on a cushion by the window, and he fell off during the day. He didn't wake up or anything. It was Toluca, if you want to know which one, my black and white 90s Furby. And that evening I was sat at the computer watching, I think I was watching playthroughs of creepy games or something. I was watching something related to horror, and all of a sudden Toluca woke up, and he's just like, oh, time to get up or something, and I'm just like, just literally terrified for a moment, because suddenly my Furby has woken up for no apparent reason. But it must have been because he fell off earlier in the day, and it was a very, very delayed reaction. So that's my sort of creepy Furby encounter. I'm sure, I mean, loads of you guys have told me about your own creepy Furby encounters, like it's been in a closet for years and suddenly wakes up and things like that. So yeah, if you've got any stories like that to tell, I'd love to hear them. So with that being said, if you want to see more Furby videos, you can click either of the boxes that come up below, Feel free to check out my Etsy New Monday stores. I take commissions and make plushies and artwork, or you can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi if you enjoy what I do. And that's all for this time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Sylv signing off.